Hey guys, it's Sinem and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new here. So today I'm going to be doing my Valentine's Day makeup look 2022. I do have other Valentine's Day looks from previous years if you do want to check them out. Most of them are drugstore as well, but in this one it's just going to be like a really effortless, soft, pinky makeup look for Valentine's Day or just for any occasion. But I feel like it's so girly and flirty and just, I don't know, inviting. I feel like it's super pretty for Valentine's Day. You can switch out the lips for a red lip or bolder lip. You can switch out the eyes for like a black liner. You can really play up this look, but in the end it's still very natural and effortless and soft looking, which I love and I think is appropriate. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Let's get this Valentine's Day look started. So I'm going to start off with primer, and for primer I'm going to be using something that I haven't used in a while, and that is the Smashbox Photo Finish Smoothing like pore filling primer. This is the travel like mini size. I didn't really want to go for like a glowy look. I feel like I always do, and also I just feel like, I mean, for Valentine's Day you can go either way. You can go with a matte look and just keep it really nice and soft and matte, or you can go nice and glowy, and I just feel like going a little bit more on the softer matte side. For foundation, I'm going to be using, I just had to use it because I feel like it's so fitting for Valentine's Day, and that is going to be the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation, which I did a whole video on. It's going to be like the go-to foundation for me, I think, this year, but also it is really great for Valentine's Day as well because it's going to give you beautiful looking skin, as the name suggests, but also gives you a like nice natural radiant finish, which still looks light on the skin. It doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look too full coverage, so it's just going to let your skin peek through. So let me know what your plans are for Valentine's Day, if you are even doing anything, whether you're single, whether you are taken. I would love to know. And for me, I think I'm either going to be, well, it's not I am going for a meal with my boyfriend. Don't know where, but we'll probably book something, even though a lot of restaurants in London are starting to get really full. For concealer, I'm going to be going into two actually. Well, one's like a highlighter, but I'm going to go into the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer. This one is in C6. I have not used this in a long time. So let's see. I actually really like this shade as well. It's a nice like yellowy, but not too yellow shade. This is pretty much like a self-setting concealer. It does sit nicely on the skin, and I'm going to be using a sponge that I have been absolutely loving, and that is the Morphe and Ariel sponge. It only came in the face brush set, so you actually can't get this sponge separately, which is such a shame, but honestly it's such a like flawless sponge. It just blends out everything so effortlessly, and this gives nice medium coverage and a little bit of brightness as well, but I am going to brighten further with another product. So now I'm going to be going into the MAC Prep and Prime Highlighter Pen. This one is in Radiant Rose, which is a nice pale pink brightener shade, and I am going to just love this. It's like very nice and pale. Just going to put this right here just to brighten this area. And this MAC Prep and Prime pen, I've spoken about these. They are just the best makeup products on this planet. If you are looking for a really nice brightening product, something super lightweight, like it feels like nothing on the skin, but also gives, you know, just the right amount of brightness without it being so heavy looking or too bright, this is the one. Just feels so fresh and light underneath the eyes. So that is that. Let's set with a little bit of powder. So I'm going to go into, actually no, I'm going to be doing cream bronzer. I'm going to be using the E.L.F Putty bronzer, and this one is in Tan Lines. So I'm just going to be taking a duo fiber brush. This is from Crown Brushes C436. Lightly apply a little bit of cream bronzer. I do want to use cream bronzer and blush instead of powder because I feel like it just looks a little more softer and not as heavy sometimes as powders can be, and I do want to keep this look nice and effortless. Take a little bit up into the temples. You can see how effortless that just went on. Love, love, love the E.L.F Putty bronzer. It's such a great, great, great formula. And also with these as well, they just melt into the skin. And it doesn't look like a heavy cream bronzer does sometimes. Does that make sense? Like it just looks very effortless. It gives you a nice wash of color. I'm a little bit worried about the blush I'm about to use because I didn't have a good time with it the last time I used it, but I'm going to give it another go because I do like the shade. And that blush, the one I'm talking about, is the Made by Mitchell liquid blush, which is this one. And this is in the shade Sweet Cheeks, which is a nice bubblegum pink. I did not have a good time with this because I felt like it dried super quickly and it just looks very drying on the skin. And I couldn't really work with it, but let's give it a go. I'm just going to do 2 dots and quickly blend it. Oh my god, this is awful! Why can't I blend it? It's like as soon as you put the 2 dots, it dries into the 2 dots. Like it just dries down so quickly. I mean, like insanely quickly. Okay, like see, that's gonna dry really quickly. Like look. Oh my god. And I had another comment as well from someone who said the same thing happened. Like it's just terrible and they didn't like it either. So same thing happened to them. It just dries so quickly and it's very hard to work with. So the shade is beautiful and I feel like once it's set, which is great because then it's not going to budge and it's going to last all day because it, you know, really stays in place. But it's very hard to work with, especially if you have dry skin. It's not really the best liquid blush, but that is that. I really had to just pounce that into the skin. So I am going to be going into the E.L.F. Halo Glow powder. This one is in the shade Light. It gives the most subtle glow and I'm taking just a small little brush to set my under eyes. I'm only going to set it on the under eyes. What I am going to do on top of that is going with one more product, which is the KKW Beauty Brightening Powder. Such a shame that KKW Beauty is no longer a brand, but this is the pink one, the pale pink. And this is just going to ever so slightly brighten the under eyes a little bit more. You can see I'm going for like a little bit of a pink theme today. Pink brightening powders and gonna do a little pink eye look. Last but not least, for the face, I'm going to go into the highlighter and I'm going to be using the MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter, which I don't use enough of. This is the Tarte Sweet Tarte Frosted Eyeshadow Palette. They still have this available and it's a beautiful like swirl design with all these pink and mauve shades. Really nice light colors. So this is the most perfect like flirty, soft Valentine's Day appropriate eyeshadow palette, I feel like. Of course you can find these colors, you know, in other palettes, but I feel like just this palette is just so soft and girly and really pretty. So I am first going to go into this shade right here, which is called Indulgence, which is a really nice like matte mauve light shade. And I'm going to apply that in the crease. Not as like mauve as I thought it would be though. Next I'm going to go into this shade called Fresh Baked, which is kind of like a brownie peach, and I'm just going to apply that just right here on the lid. And a lot of people don't like Tarte's eyeshadow formulas. I think it's incredible. I think their eyeshadow is really good. Let's go into Decadent, which is a really nice purple, just to add a little bit of like that pinkiness back into the look. And I think for the lid, I'm going to be taking this shade right here called Temptation. And it's, oh, these are so silky, by the way, so creamy. Just a tiny bit on the inner portion of the eye. So I'm not going to take it all the way out. Actually, I don't know if I really like this, the formula of this shimmer. I think the mattes perform better. These are a little bit on the dry side, a little bit flaky, and a little bit like not really shiny at all. It's almost like a satin. So let's take Sweet Tooth. Okay, that's a lot more vibrant. Maybe it was just that shade. Go into Souffle, which is the deep chocolate brown. And this is going to be just on the lash line again, darkening everything up. Taking that same fluffy brush, I'm just going to go into Buttercream, which is a nice creamy ivory matte shade, and just apply that on the brow bone just to add a little bit of softness and just tie everything in. Now I have an option for the eyes because I want to make it a little bit more sparkly. I do have 2 Sephora shadows and a Kaja Beauty Bounce Trio. And we have this one right here, or we have this shade, which may be better, I think. Yeah, that's really cute. It actually really goes. And then I have the Sephora Glitter eyeshadows, single eyeshadows. This one is in Let's Party, which maybe is a little too like silvery, so no. And then we have another one, which is one of my favorites, called Twinkle Twinkle. This is, yeah, a little bit more on the pink side. But I feel like this is better. So let's go in with the Kaja Beauty one. So this is the one I'm taking, the second one. You can skip this step if you don't want your eyes to be super sparkly. Or if you just want that like glitz. It's not super glittery, but if you want a little bit of that glitz to just shine throughout the night, then you can add something like this. And I love these Kaja Beauty ones. I cannot wait to get some more whenever I head back to Sephora. That is pretty much my eyes done. I'm just going to finish it off with some eyeliner. And this is the Makeup Revolution Renaissance eyeliner in brown. I really want to opt for a brown liner just because I feel like it's fitting for, of course, Valentine's Day, rather than doing a super harsh black liner. And I've raved about this eyeliner. I love it. It's the perfect brown shade as well. Super easy to do your liner. You can see right here, it just looks better than a black liner would. I feel like it just really ties in the eyes to make it look super like flirty and Valentine's Day appropriate. Otherwise the black would be super harsh against the rest of the soft makeup. So for mascara, I'm going to be going into the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. I only have a travel size of this, but it's a great volumizing mascara. So I'm just going to do my mascara and I'll be right back. For lips, I do have a few products, so let's see. I think the first one I'm going to go into and see if it works is the Sephora Lip Cream in number 13. And this is a beautiful, like, what would you call this? Pink shade. So, you could opt for a red lip as well, or a berry lip. But I am going to add one more product on top, or maybe 2 more. And that is going to be another Sephora lip cream. And this one is in number 109. And this is a metallic, like frosted liquid lip cream. And this one is a beautiful pink shade. Oh, it's the Cream Lip Stain Metal. And this, you can see, is going to look like a really reflective, almost gloss-like product, but it's not a gloss, it's a liquid lipstick. So this is just going to add a little bit of glow to the lips without having to put on gloss. So if you don't want to put on gloss because you feel like you're going to be eating and drinking, and it's just going to come off and it's going to look super like gunky on the lips, but you still want a little bit of shine, you could go in with a metallic lip product on top of a matte lipstick, and it's not going to look so metallic. Does that make sense? So the final thing is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, just to lock this makeup in place, make sure it does not budge throughout the day for whatever you get up to. This is the best one to keep it in place. Oh, and this is the regular one, but they do have, I believe, a matte version. So if you have oily skin, you might want to go for the matte version as well. Let me know what you guys think of the look. I really love how it came out. It's super soft and girly, super fun. And this could be like a go-to everyday look as well if you do take away a few steps, if you do feel like it's a lot of steps. And that is it from me. I hope you guys are all staying safe. And until next time, I'll speak to you guys all in my next video.